imagination, no play and no rules. We need more power, no oppression and no control. We need more liberty, no system and no laws. We need more dreams, no borders and no walls. It's so boring and the same. Every day in the rain. You run away and I follow you. You run away and I will follow you. You run away and I will follow you. You run away and I'll follow you. Follow you. Follow you. Follow you.
All right, so Manuel K, Follow You by Switzerland. All right, so in the United States, we had a major tragedy happen about a year ago, well, actually a few years back, 9/11. A big, huge two airplanes struck the Twin Towers in New York City. It has been the most terrific history event since for a very long time. We have the United States have a lot of history on its soil from different kinds of attacks with racism, prejudice. Also back in the 1800s, with the witch trials. But the two towers has been the latest ones. I'm sorry, guys. I thought I hit my mic to talk to you guys, and I realized it was not even on. I'm sorry. Good. So the Twin Towers was struck in 2001, and since then we have been honoring the tower of the two towers 15 years ago. Who survived, who perished, and that's where the terrorist attack on everything really started to happen. I mean, the power of the terrorist attacks, that's where everything really kick-started. And what I was saying before I realized I was off the air, didn't have my mic turned on, is that 9/11 is the latest tragedy here on United States soil. We haven't had one for a very long time. Of course, our history of our tragedy soils happens way back when we first discovered the United States. Of course, the United States has been around for ages, is that we never landed on the States for quite some time. But since then, we've been fighting on it, and war against each other, prejudice, racism. We had witch trials here. Different kinds of things happen on this soil. And the United States, even though we claimed it as our own, it's been around for many, many years. Thousands of years before the Columbus descent, said he found it, which even though he really didn't found it, it was the Vikings who found it first. But we're not going to get in that history. But the World Trade Center, the two towers, was struck by planes, two planes, and brought down the twin towers. And every single year we celebrate it. Or I don't know what we celebrate. We just remember the tragedy that happened. And here is my story on 9/11, where I was when it happened. Back in my early years, probably a few years back, I was actually in these chat rooms. We always go to parties. And before that, we all went out to have a good time with our friends, our chat friends, to have a life outside the chat room. And me and my roommate at the moment, we were sleeping. We got back from partying that night. We were sleeping, and our other housemate comes storming into our room. The Twin Towers are struck. Twin Towers are struck. Like, okay, whatever. We have no idea what she was talking about. We told her to go make coffee. Go make coffee. And so, about 5-10 minutes later, she comes back into the room. You guys gotta wake up. The Twin Towers are on fire. The Twin Towers are on fire. And coffee is made. Okay, all right. Okay, we're gonna get up. Because you gotta remember, we were drinking the night before, so, hangover galore. We get up, strangling out of our bedrooms. We pour up coffee. And then we look at the news. We're like, wait, what happened? It was the most talk of what happened. And that's where I was. And this whole entire time, my roommate and I, after we woke up and had our coffee, were just like memorized about what was going on in coverage of 9/11, the two towers. So what happened, the conspiracy, and how tremendous it was. And the guy that I was dating at the time, he wanted to go to New York and help discover people and find people. And I told him, go, but please be careful, come back safely. But I don't know if he ever did or not, because we broke up shortly after that. He was a douchebag anyway, but whatever. But anyway. But the two towers was, I think now, if I remember correctly, I'll do some more research on it, because I all I know is I remember it. I know it happened, but I didn't really do much research on it. If there's a memorial put there for all the names that's been perished. I do know there's a lot of people who have been, who has got some kind of disease from all that dust, all the clutter. They're slowly passing away with some kind of a cancer-ish type of thing. And so pretty soon, a lot of these people are not going to be around that actually been part of this tremendous tragedy. And then soon after the two towers hit, probably about a month or two later, we had another plane that tried to struck down as well. But there was no damage on it. So that's my story about two towers. If you guys would like to call in about your story, where have you been with the two towers? I'll put the phone number in the chat room. Or if you don't want to call, that's fine too. You can go in the chat room, tell your stories, and I'll read it for you guys. Okay? All right. So let's get to the music before I take this break again. And we're going to go to Peru. Here is a movie strip. Movie strip. Here's Whisper. Enjoy.
I need to run and forget. Be looking like we need to get far out, caught in the wind. You sink like a heavy machine. Our body over the land where we play games
tired in the morning?
Then wake up with coffee and a midday music break. Mondays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., we'll have trivia, news, horoscopes, weather, and This Day in Music. You can even request a song when you stop into the chat room when you follow the show. And follow the show at letstalkaboutthemusic.com.
Let's Talk About the Music is wanting your sponsorship to help support local independent music and musicians worldwide. We have different levels of sponsorship for everyone, including up-and-coming bands and musicians, to give a little more boost to your promotions. Let's Talk About the Music is also looking to podcast live from your music-related special events, shows, and venues. For more information, go to letstalkaboutthemusic.com.
Magical Things offers fantasy art for festival and everyday living, featuring the fine arts and craft creations of Marjorie Delaney on practical printed products such as journals, mugs, costuming, wearable art, formal wear, and accessories. We also carry a line of magical supplies, including candles, oils, herbs, and limited ritual items. All items are created in a scenic studio space in Culpeper, Virginia, and available throughout the world online, as well as at festivals and events. Magical Things offers custom creations too, such as costuming, illustrations, and more. Come visit us at magicalfantasy.com.
Well, that was some boring music.
Spike,